It's Monday, the 21st day of March 2022. This Day Weather Podcast sponsored exclusively by Cowboy State Daily, Wyoming's news authority. Visit them at cowboystatedaily.com and on their Facebook page. Well, officially, it's spring now. Of course, that doesn't mean much around here. And to start the week and to start spring, it's going to be pretty darn chilly. The storm is going to be heading into the Midwest where it's going to get better organized, but a cold northerly flow will come into the Rockies and High Plains. It's going to be kind of chilly for the first half of this week. We have a little wave coming in behind the storm tomorrow that will produce some snow showers in the mountains and a few snow showers in the plains of Wyoming and Colorado on Tuesday, but nothing significant. We've got another weak system that may bring the Pacific Northwest, Montana, and northern Wyoming a little bit of rain and snow Thursday night and Friday. It's not much of a system. I think we're going to have a really nice weekend. It could be a weekend of some 60s and 70s coming. There's another storm system queued up early next week, and I put a lot of question marks in there because I think we're going to be faced with the exact same scenario that we just went through, which is a big disagreement in the computer modeling, a very low confidence in whether or not that storm system will be a significant one or a minor one. So basically, here we go again. The weather a lot of times repeats itself, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen here over the next 7 days. Today's satellite photo shows the stretched out storm centers up in Alberta, stretching all the way down here into southern Colorado and northern New Mexico, where the storm centers are. You can see that the clouds right here have basically become separated. Now the trough is splitting apart, and as the trough split apart, as it came over the Continental Divide, it's really just lost its energy for the northern areas here. It'll become a more consolidated storm in this area here later today and tonight. And here it is. You can see over southern New Mexico and up into southern areas of Canada, the stretched out storm system as it heads east today, with a nice big ridge, high pressure building into the west coast coming in behind it. As we go and look at what's going to happen over the next 48 hours, this system will consolidate, become a bigger producer of rain, some snow, and thunderstorm activity across the mid part of the United States, some of the winter wheat areas of Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, southeastern areas of Nebraska, then into the Corn Belt. We'll get some good moisture out of this system as the system heads eastward. Now, this is by Wednesday morning. The counterclockwise flow around, though, see where the air is coming from? It's coming from central Canada. This is why it's going to be chilly. The counterclockwise spin is going to drag in some cold air, and there's going to be a little wave right here tomorrow and into tomorrow night that will produce a little bit of mountain snow and snow shower activity on the plains and keep our temperatures chilly. But this high pressure ridge is going to want to push in as we get later in the week and towards the weekend. This is what the rainfall looks like if you were to look at the prediction from the computer modeling of what it would be from an all liquid situation. Look at the straight line here. Look at the delineation between the dry conditions here and the very wet conditions here. There's just a very strong gradient there. So the system setting up into the Midwest. This moisture right here is basically what's going to come in on the back side of the system as we get on into tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night, with a little bit of moisture continuing to streak into the Pacific Northwest. But it's going to be kind of messy here in the Midwest, the southeastern United States here for the next 24 to 72 hours. In fact, there's going to be some pretty decent snows and winter conditions into the upper Great Lakes in New England later this week. And you can see that right here with the storm on the northerly side, the northwest side of the system, hooking up and producing some late season snows in those areas. Look at temperatures relative to average. This is for Tuesday. See how the green and blue in the central and western U.S. here? This is going to be cool. Now we start to see warmer Pacific air come up into western Canada, the northern Rockies and northern plains, and into California. But it's going to be cool as the counterclockwise spin around that low brings in Canadian air. So this is for tomorrow and this is for Wednesday. So not a real warm start to the week at all with this storm system. However, that's going to change. As we get into the weekend, this is for noon Saturday. We have a nice area of high pressure overhead. This is why I think the Intermountain West and the Western Plains going to have a really spring-like, really nice weekend coming on up as desert air will be brought in ahead of the next low coming in off the west coast. Look at these temperatures. This is for Saturday. This is for Sunday. So if you haven't had a little round of spring fever, you're going to get it this weekend. Now, when you have a big warm up in March, April, and into early May, that means there's a low out here pumping that warm air in, and that's exactly what's going to happen. And here we go again. We're going to just go through the same scenario that we went through over the past week. We have a pretty good low forecasted by the GFS or the American model coming into California by Sunday night and into Monday of next week with a little low out ahead of it. This would produce rain, snow, and thunder across the western United States starting as early as Sunday night, more likely towards Monday and Tuesday of next week. But look at the European model. Whoa. We have another split going on. The European model says no, the storm is going to do the same thing the last one did. Be a split system and come on through, and when you split the storms, you're just going to break up where the better concentrated moisture is going to be, and this would again favor the southern route and the better moisture in the middle part of the country instead of here. So we're going to go through the same situation, and what we'll do is, the differences are significant as we go out for the next week. So a week out, the computer modeling just having a very difficult time. Now, a lot of folks ask me, which computer model is the best? It all depends on the situation. Overall, statistically speaking, the European model does perform better, but not always. Speaking of the European, let's go out further. This is for a week later. This goes all the way out to April 4th and 5th. The European model brings another organized, better put together storm system late in that time frame. We're talking about 14 days out. So the pattern's going to stay active, but are the storms going to be organized or fractured? That's what we've got to figure out. Now, eventually what will happen is that one of these storms will stay put together and will become a more major weather event for the West. But until we get a better idea in the next 6 or 7 days here on the modeling, all we can talk about really is cold, blustery conditions here to start the week, a nice warm up, great spring-like weather coming for the weekend. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great month.